Donald Trump's name has surfaced again in connection to Jeffrey Epstein. And what just came out in the last 48 hours has the internet on fire. From secret files to shocking interviews and sudden denials, what's the truth behind Trump's link to Epstein? Stay with me, because this goes deeper than anyone expected. Just 2 days ago, the Wall Street Journal dropped a bombshell. According to their exclusive report, President Donald Trump was quietly briefed back in May 2025. Why? Because his name appeared several times in the Justice Department's sealed files about Jeffrey Epstein. The people who told him? Two very important insiders, Attorney General Pam Bondi and Deputy AG Todd Blanche. This wasn't about old photos or flight logs that have been floating online for years. These were internal DOJ documents, files that the FBI and prosecutors have been privately reviewing, hidden from the public until now. Trump's name, mentioned multiple times, was discovered in these documents. Now here's where things get interesting. Pam Bondi, who's known to be close to Trump, told him not to worry. She said there was nothing criminal, just some old rumors and background data. But that's not stopping people from asking tough questions. If there's nothing serious, why was Trump personally briefed? Why now? Some say it's just routine. Others say it's a cover-up in motion. And here's the key point. This report confirms for the first time that Trump's name is officially part of the DOJ's Epstein case files. The public might not see those files for a long time, or ever.
Now to the growing fallout of the Jeffrey Epstein files, and it turns out Attorney General Pam Bondi briefed President Trump several months ago that his name was in the Epstein files several times.
But now we know for sure, the government has been quietly looking into connections. The timing, strange. The silence, even stranger. And Trump's team, they didn't stay quiet for long. After the Wall Street Journal report made headlines, Donald Trump finally responded. He took to Truth Social and called the whole thing a disgusting witch hunt. He said he was never close to Jeffrey Epstein, and that years ago he even kicked Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago. According to Trump, this was just another attempt by the media and his political enemies to damage his reputation before the next election. But even though he defended himself, one thing stood out. He didn't deny that his name appeared in the files. He didn't say the report was false. He simply said there was nothing criminal and that it was all lies and distractions. For some, that sounds like a man with nothing to hide. But others say it's the kind of answer someone gives when they want to avoid being caught in a lie later on. What also raised eyebrows was how quickly Trump's legal team responded behind the scenes. Reports suggest his lawyers contacted the DOJ, asking exactly what was in those sealed Epstein files and why Trump's name was mentioned more than once. If it was nothing serious, why the rush to get answers? And why now? And the people leaking this information, according to insiders, they're not from the media, they're from inside the justice system. This opens up a big question. Are there people in the DOJ who are trying to quietly take Trump down? Or is this just part of the larger Epstein scandal finally unraveling? As people started digging into the files, more names began popping up. And not just any names, some of the biggest in politics, business, and entertainment. Reports say the DOJ files contain dozens of unsealed references, witness statements, and internal memos. It's not just about Epstein's private jet, the so-called Lolita Express, or his island. It's about meetings, emails, and associations that powerful people tried to keep hidden for years. Among those reportedly named in the files are Prince Andrew, Bill Clinton, Bill Gates, and now Donald Trump. What makes this even more complicated is that some of these people have denied any wrongdoing for years. Clinton admitted flying with Epstein but denied ever going to the island. Gates said his meetings with Epstein were only about philanthropy. And Trump, as we've seen, says he cut off ties with Epstein long ago. But the new files seem to suggest otherwise. They hint at more frequent contact than what's been publicly admitted. And even if nothing criminal happened, the public wants answers. The truth is, most people don't care about rumors. They care about transparency. If someone as powerful as Trump is named in those files, the people want to know why. Was he involved in the criminal side of Epstein's empire, or is his name just caught up in a wider web of elites who all ran in the same circles? That's the mystery. And as more pieces of the puzzle come out, the pressure on Trump and others is growing fast. Some believe this could explode into a scandal bigger than anyone expects. Others think it'll be another headline that disappears in a week.
Donald Trump's wedding to Marla Maples in 1993 was a grand affair at the Plaza Hotel in Manhattan. The guest list was a who's who of the rich and famous, and among them was none other than Jeffrey Epstein. There he is, in a newly unearthed photo, entering the reception hall.
We know that Trump and Epstein were friends during this period. This is really the first time that it's actually been reported that Trump invited Epstein to his wedding.
The photos were uncovered by CNN. They also discovered this new image from that same year. It's Trump with Epstein at the opening of a restaurant. Trump's children Eric and Ivanka are also there. And here's Trump chatting with Epstein at a Victoria's Secret fashion show in 1999. Melania is there. This was after he divorced Marla Maples and before he and Melania got married. The photos and video were all taken many years before Epstein was exposed as a pedophile.
But one thing's for sure, the Epstein case isn't over. And now that Trump's name is officially tied to it in DOJ files, the whole story just got a lot more serious. Meanwhile, people online are digging into Trump's past links to Epstein like never before. Old interviews are going viral again, especially that 2002 New York Magazine quote, where Trump called Epstein a terrific guy and said, "He likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side." That quote has always haunted Trump, but with the DOJ files now confirming his name appears multiple times, it feels even more serious. Critics say this isn't just about a random friendship. This could point to deeper knowledge, or at the very least, a history Trump never fully explained. Defenders say Trump banned Epstein from Mar-a-Lago years ago, but now people are asking, why did he associate with him in the first place? Why was he on Epstein's private jet? And what was really going on behind the scenes? These questions are getting louder, and Trump hasn't given a clear answer. His team just says he never did anything illegal, but the silence only fuels speculation. The White House and top Republicans are now scrambling. A few Republican senators have reportedly asked the DOJ for private briefings on what's actually in the files. That's rare. It shows how serious this could become. If more names get released, or if stronger connections are uncovered, this might not stay just a media story. It could become a legal or political crisis. For now, Trump remains defiant, calling it all fake news. But with Epstein's name back in the headlines and government files being quietly reviewed, this may just be the beginning.
Have you socialized with him?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18?
Though I'd like to answer that question, at least today, I'm going to have to assert my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment rights, sir.
This story is far from over. With Trump's name confirmed in Epstein's DOJ files and pressure mounting from both the public and political insiders, the truth may surface sooner than expected.
Bill Clinton.
Nice guy. Got a lot of problems coming up, in my opinion, with the famous island with Jeffrey Epstein.
You still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years.
He's such a great dancer.
Whether it's just old rumors or something much deeper, the questions aren't going away. Every detail could have major consequences.
What did she tell you about the review? And specifically, did she tell you at all that your name appeared in the file?
No, she's given us just a very quick briefing. And in terms of the credibility of the different things that they've seen.
Is your name in these files, Mr. President? Is that why they aren't being fully released?
Let's go.
So, what do you think? Is this a smear campaign or the start of something explosive? If you found this video eye-opening, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates as this story unfolds.